Man, this was a brutal loss against the Clippers. Um, the Clippers, like, we literally had this game. If being honest, then crunch time came. We just like the first three quarter, we were pretty good. Then fourth quarter, we just we played pretty sloppy. Just couldn't make the shots. Refs did a lot of the questionable plays, especially during overtime, like um, especially with the Terrence Mann part with the DeRozan. DeRozan just went to the free throw line, which should have been the Bulls' possession. And then overtime came when DeRozan was not going for, he clearly was not going for the shot. He was driving for the basket. It was supposedly a shooting foul, that was just pure baloney. I'm not trying to sound salty. Um, Big props to DeRozan and big props to the Bulls. They did their thing, but let's be real. The refs really did BS a lot of the calls, but nevertheless, can't take away what DeRozan has done. He was just amazing, like literally amazing. But anyways, let's go player by player. So first of all, the man Paul George, he was pretty smooth, pretty good. He was missing like a decent amount of shots during crunch time, however, but I mean he did make his free throws. Um, he went only 2 for 9 from the three though, so like I mean I guess like it's just um can't have every single perfect games, but Paul George he was still like really good regardless because two things that Paul George just improved dramatically on, and it was playmaking and defense. Like he was playing lockdown defense, and his playmaking was really nice. He definitely got a lot of people open. Like it was just amazing. Like considering that he's that big, but he can dime, which is that was actually like really impressive. But unfortunately, we lost this game. Ivica Zubac, um, his stats was pretty solid. 5 for 8. Hit his free throws. Actually, like got nearly a double digits rebound. Got 9 rebounds. But I mean, in his game, in this game, it was like Zubac did have some good moments. Like when he ran up to the basket and just got some nice posterizing dunks, and just got some nice strong dunks. But then he was the clumsy Zubac, which is that's the Zubac that's like nightmare for the Clippers because like a lot of things just wouldn't go towards our favor when Zubac's more on the clumsy side. Just couldn't really catch the ball much. Um, it's just kind of clumsy. But I mean, hopefully Zubac can find his rhythm. I know. A lot of Clippers fans are definitely going to slander Zubac in this one because Zubac is just like Clipper Nation on Zubac is just so like radically like on both sides, which is pretty interesting. But I mean, like the Clippers as a team overall just struggle in rebounding in general, if we're gonna be honest. But I mean, Zubac, like yeah, he didn't do like the worst of the worst, but I mean, there are definitely moments that he could definitely like work on. So that's that for Zubac. And then you got Marcus Morris, who improved dramatically. He actually hit 20 points. Um, he was like, I forgot the stat line, but it was actually pretty efficient. Like about like around almost like 50%, which is gotta give him that. Especially he took the advantage of the mismatch on Caruso, which is like that's the Morris we love to see. Like the man who's actually making his shots. And yeah, that's a big plus. Like I mean, like Morris, he does have them swing factors, but when he's good, it's just beautiful for the Clippers. When he's bad, it's just ooh awful for the Clippers. Kind of like Zubac in a way. Both of these two, they have some really interesting swing factors. But hopefully, when crunch time comes, when playoff time comes, we just get consistent. We get consistent. Reggie Jackson, ooh, man, he was amazing. He shot over 50% from the field. He was 12 for 23, 6 for 9 from the 3. It was just amazing. He was like the leading scorer. Like, I believe he dropped 34 points or something like that. He even like kind of hit like a clutch 3 around overtime, but the Bulls just had the momentum towards their favor. But again, shout out to Reggie Jackson. Like Reggie Jackson, like you can tell like ever since like from last season, like especially the part with the Suns when we got exited, Reggie Jackson literally cried. He literally was like he has the heart. He has the heart to be a Clipper, and that's one thing we love to see. Like whoever has the heart, yeah, that guy's the man, bro. And Reggie Jackson, he's starting to improve all around. If we're being honest, like he's a walking bucket. And on the other side of the end, he's pretty solid on defense. Although DeRozan did like torch Reggie Jackson because it's just inevitable because DeRozan is just way taller. All right, he's like 6'7". Like come on now, DeRozan was just man, just hard to stop, bro. He's just hard to stop. But and then we got Nick Batoon who showed that he's the Batoon battalion. He made like a lot of the timely threes. He played the pretty good defense. Um, He dropped like 17 points. Like he was key. He was pretty key in this game to keeping us alive. In like Batum is like an Iguodala. Like he may not be the most flashiest player, but he definitely like brings that. He's like the glue guy. He's like the hybrid of Iguodala or like just any like role player glue guy in general. And then let's head on to the bench. Rocco. Did his thing. Just, didn't do too much on offense, but he did solid. Got some rebounds. Like, I guess, just solid. Just none but love for Rocco. None but love for him. And then you got Isaiah Hartenstein. So, Hartenstein, he showed that he's a really great energy guy. This game, Tyronn Lue did play Zubac more than Hartenstein, especially down in the clutch. Loki wish it was Hartenstein because Hartenstein could get buckets and he plays pretty good on the other side of the end, and he adds playmaking as well too. Low key, we kind of ISO'd a little too much, just didn't really move the ball as much as we would love to see. But I mean, that's kind of being a little nitpicking because Clippers mostly did good, but we just got sloppy towards the end. But Hartenstein is pretty good, got them buckets. He did get posterized by Patrick Williams, so that was pretty unfortunate. But nevertheless, Hartenstein is a pretty key big man for the Clippers in general. And then we got Luke Canard, who he definitely hit some timely threes. His stat was not like the prettiest. He had 11 points. He had 2 for 5 from the 3. Solid. But however, he did hit some pretty clutch threes, and he also got some pretty solid rebounds too. Like especially for a guy like Luke Canard, like he definitely improved his all-around game. Nothing but big shots for Luke Canard. Terrence Mann, he didn't have a really good scoring night, but I mean, he did what he can. He did play pretty good on a defense. Unfortunately, that call against Terrence Mann against DeRozan, just like got DeRozan that one free throw, and then yeah, but nevertheless, Terrence Mann did not have the best scoring night. Hopefully, like down the stretch, he at least scores double digits. And who else I forgot to cover? I think that's just about it. I mean, I did see Amir Coffey played a little bit, but I guess he showed his nice playmaking, but that was just literally like a cool 3 minutes. Sucks that Paul George couldn't play during crunch time because supposedly the minutes restriction thing. But anyways, let's go to the Bulls. First of all, big shout out to DeMar DeRozan. He was ultimately like really hard to guard. All right, he was just man like Batoon was trying to guard him, but just uh, DeRozan was just something else. Like shout out to DeRozan, he took the biggest leap like ever. Like compared to the Spurs DeRozan to now DeRozan with the Chicago Bulls, he was just oh man, he was just great. He was just great. Um, he could he couldn't miss a free throw. I mean, he did miss one, thankfully, which took us to overtime. But DeRozan was just man, he was tough. All right, although he did kind of dive into PG, which is something that was pretty dangerous. But obviously, I'm sure it was not intentional. But if I'm sure if it was like other players, like it is like possibly like a flagrant, but I mean, DeRozan did great. He just did great. Nothing to really say. What else? Uh, Vucevic, he was a really good rebounder. Got 14 boards. He stretched the floor real good as well too. Like he's like a big man. He's like a stretch big. Something that I would love the Clippers to have. Um, I'm still really, really disappointed that we got rid of Serge. I really do not know why, because Serge was just that perfect stretch big to shoot a three, and play that elite good rim protection defense. I do not know why on earth we got rid of Serge Ibaka, okay, but that's just probably a different video. But yeah, like Vucevic is low key. Like if Zubac could shoot threes, he could literally be a Vucevic or a Gasol. But yeah, Vucevic, he was pretty tough to face against for the Clippers. You got Caruso who played pretty good defense, but he was honestly like a brick. He couldn't shoot threes. Just leave him open, he would miss a lot. I mean, shooting was never Caruso thing, but he is pretty athletic. So, and I guess happy for Caruso that he got his bag. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. And then you got Patrick Williams, who he brought a lot of the energy. He definitely got some dunks on us. Okay, especially on our boy Hartenstein. Hartenstein has been dealing with a lot of posters, so which that means shout out to Hartenstein in a way because his willingness to play pretty good defense. Like whoever gets posterized like a lot, like that means they play pretty good defense in a way. Like usually people just back out, just don't want to get under the poster. Whoever's brave enough to get under the rim, that's just big props, big kudos. But yeah, Patrick Williams, especially he made that one timely three, which is man, that just hurt. That just hurt. And then I had to assume he played some minutes. Hometown hero. He got a one nice block. Energy guy. Did solid. Nothing, too much, but he's been pretty good for the Bulls lately. Who else could I also mention? But yeah, it's mainly Vucevic and DeRozan. Like, I mean, I could talk about Kobe White. They is solid. The green guy, he did solid. I forgot his first name. Not trying to disrespect anybody. He wore 24. But yeah, it was a pretty heartbreaking loss for the Clippers, especially like a lot of the questionable refs plays. But I mean, we could have definitely tried to do a little bit better, like especially like try to get some buckets. Unfortunately, we did blew a decently big lead, but hopefully tomorrow we take our energy against the Milwaukee Bucks and we get a W against them, and hopefully the Pelicans. Hopefully we finally beat the Pelicans because the Pelicans for some reason they keep beating us, and hopefully we beat the Suns on Wednesday. So as y'all know, have a great night, everybody, and Wish me luck tomorrow, alright? Just wish me luck tomorrow.